by popular demand, Dan Jordan. Thanks very much for your time, mate. First quarters have been our problem over the last few weeks, but it certainly wasn't on Sunday. 7-1 was a great start.
It was, yeah. It was a big focus for us, obviously, having started poorly the previous two games. Big focus to be mentally switched on and really start well and get our application on in the first couple of minutes, and we did. A 7-goal first quarter versus Frankston's 1. Exactly the sort of start we're after.
Was there any cues pre-game that you guys picked up on? Was there anything different that you sensed about the players that you thought that might be the case?
Not really. We changed the warm-up a little bit just to try and tinker with it, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to the players' attitude themselves and how their individual preparation and warm-up can get them mentally ready. And certainly when they ran out on Saturday, I think that it was a good feeling, and basically winning the first clearance really helped, and then everyone was setting up really well structurally and they were away.
But a new face, Justin Van Noonen, who kicked the first goal, that added to the team morale.
Absolutely, yeah. Juzzy came up, played his first game, and I think within the first minute he'd had a mark and a goal, and it was great to see the boys care, get over there, and everyone got around him, congratulated him, and he finished off with 3 for a good day.
I guess you've been striving for that 4-quarter performance. It eluded us again on Sunday. We couldn't quite finish off the job after being 54 points up at 3-quarter time.
Yeah, we did. We'd played really well up until that point. There were some little signs probably through the third quarter that the application sort of wasn't there as it was in the first half. To Frankston's credit, they came out and threw caution to the wind and threw everything at us, and our guys looked a little bit shell-shocked there. So, I think they finished off with a 6 or 7 goal final quarter, and we only got the margin by 23 points. So that's one area we've got to continue to work on, playing 4 quarters of football, be it the first quarter, be it the last quarter. We really got to put together 120 minutes of good football.
Did the coaches read much into that last quarter? Did you pay much attention to it, or do you just say it was one of those quarters and move on pretty quick?
I think you have to pay attention to it because it shows a fair disparity between where our best is and when we're not on our game. So that's the challenge, is to now, okay, how can we get that throughout, more consistency throughout the whole game? So, that'll be a learning point for us this week. I know we've reviewed it pretty hard with the first quarter as opposed to the last quarter, working out what the differences were and where we can improve moving forward.
When we look back at the end of the season, this game probably won't feature on many of the highlights, but a few certain individuals stood up. Just talk us through who stood out from your perspective.
Look, I thought Aaron Heppel was, again, outstanding down back. He had a job on Kavara, who's a really dangerous player, and I thought he acquitted himself really well. Around the ball, it's good to see Cogs get back to some form. Nash Holmes was cracking in as always. Polkey was really, really solid. And then we had some good other contributors up forward. I think there was 3 goals from Mason Redmond. Nick Comer presented all day and probably played his best game for a while. And Juzzy Van Noonen, who's kicked 3 as well. And, some other good solid contributors on the wing, Longy and these sorts of guys. So it was probably one of those games where individuals didn't really play 4 quarters but had some really good patches. So that's an area for them to work on as well.
Looking ahead now, we take on Box Hill this Saturday. It's needless to say, a massive game. They're just below us on the ladder in 9th. We're in 8th. One game ahead. It's that. Oh, you touched on it on Sunday, but it's that 8-point game.
It is. Look, every game's obviously crucial for us now moving forward, but Box Hill being 9th place, we're 8th place. A similar side in when they put it together can beat anyone on their day. And similar with us, our best footy's good enough to match it with anyone. So it'll be a really good test for our boys to see what sort of game they bring on the weekend and whether they can apply themselves for a whole 4 quarters. And if they do that, I've got no doubt that they can get the result they need.
11 a.m. start on Saturday. Hoping to see as many Bombers fans as we can. Thanks for your time, Jordo.
No worries, always a pleasure, mate.